Yo, 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 what is up? What is up? What is up? It's the third intermission. We are back. It's Jason, Troy, Marsha, and myself, Avery, here in the host chair. It is the first show of 2026. New year, new topics, same favorite crew of black folk here, chopping it up, talking about the game on the frozen rink. Good to see the crew here again. Marsha, how was your New Year's?
That was pretty good. Can't lie. Pretty good, pretty good. Had some fun stuff. It was just cold. Very, very cold. But what can you say? Canada. I'm not in
Right?
the island. What can you do?
That
That was yours. That was yours.
was good. It was good. Had to enjoy my 33rd birthday with some
Yes,
friends and family.
sir.
Yeah, I spent New Year's Eve watching Edmonton get demolished by Boston. So that was
Oh
a
dear.
see. But other than that, it was a fun time. And Jason, welcome back to the show, brethren. How you doing?
Yo, I'm just here, bro. Yo, happy New Year, happy birthday, the 2-in-1 special. Yeah, I'm just here, man. Just working like a slave on the plantation, guys, trying to stay above water, but it's good to be back, yo.
Oh, and Troy, what's going on, sir?
Not too much. Just survived the retail holiday. That is Christmas and New Year's at work.
Gee,
Uh, I did 28 out of the 31 days in December. My
gee.
body is aching and tired. All my joints hurt. Um, because I'm well into my 40s now, I get up and just things just randomly hurt for no reason. I can only imagine for me on next Sunday, because next Sunday I turn 43. So we'll
Okay.
see how much I hurt next week. But other than that, chilling, vibing, staying alive, staying the tax man, trying to watch as much hockey as possible. What's happening with you? How are you?
Now I'm doing well, ready to get back at it. Got some things lined up we'll reveal soon enough. And speaking of things coming up very soon, we're working on next week, getting back one of our faves of the podcast, with Mr. Julie McKenzie on the show next week to discuss his upcoming book, Black Aces, which drops in early February, as Julian's book discusses past and present. That is coming out next month, so we'll get Julie about it. I've been talking to Julian for the past year about that book, and let me tell y'all, writing a book is something that if you're not ready for it, it's gonna beat you down. So it'll be fun game talking about that book and just the process and journeys. Oh, when it came to hang on. How's that, Marsha? My mic. How's that, Marsha?
Good there. Just chopped in a little bit, but caught the majority of what you said.
Okay, cool. Cool, good stuff here. Yeah, weird mic issue there. But anyways, with that being said, the first show of the year, it is here. And all right, Auston Matthews stands alone as the all-time leader for goals by a Toronto Maple Leaf, surpassing Matt Sundin with goals for 20 and 421 in the overtime loss to the New York Islanders. It was going to happen eventually. Eventually, Auston Matthews was going to be the Leafs goal scoring king. Got it done against the Islanders in a game in which Matthew Schaefer, someone who should be on Team Canada in my mind, and we'll get to that soon enough. But Matthew stands alone as the all-time Leafs point goal man. So we'll go around the room here. What are your thoughts on that, Troy? What are your thoughts on Matthews finally reaching top of the mountain as a Leafs goal scorer all time?
Well, I think that's good for him. I'm not sure if it was a personal milestone of his, but it's nice to say that he stands alone at the top. Um, I'm kind of well, I guess with some of the down years he's had this year and last year, most people probably expected him to get to it sooner, but it doesn't matter. He's there now. Now it's just to see what the record actually is. Either if he retires at the Leaf, or if he leaves via free agency, or if, heaven forbid, a trade happens and Matthew sees his way out. But let's see how many can he get to 500? I guess that's the next magical number, right?
Yeah, I think yeah,
But
I think
500 for him. Yeah,
oh yeah, and 500 that's going to be a guarantee for Matthews. 500 is going to be a guarantee if he stays here. I think the question is what is his ceiling? He's obviously going to be a guy who will possibly touch even 600 goals. So we'll definitely see. Marsha, what are your thoughts on Matthews hitting that mark and now being on top of that mountain?
It was nice because I was actually watching. Um, so it was a good feeling. Some nice yelling. Um, Sad that some of the joy was taken away from them, but um, it was kind of sad because I had like forgotten that Sundin didn't get up to 500. I was like, oh, the Leafs have no 500 goal scorers. And then you're kind of reminded that, like, oh yeah, the team was kind of bad for a really long time. Um, but Matthews will get there. And then hopefully other people will also get there in the future. But it's cool. Great milestone from him. It was really nice to see like how fast someone scooped up the puck for him. Um, Cherish that moment. So that was really cool.
Of course. And yeah, it is surprising that for a team that's been around this long angel history, that yeah, they don't have a 500 goal guy on that team in team history. There's no one who's gotten to that mark as Maple Leaf for a team that's been around for over 100 years. That is a surprising stat, Marsha.
Yeah, yeah. Like it's just I guess no one cared that much. No one was a big scory guy. I don't know
No.
if that's what I'm gonna chalk it up to, you know.
No. All right. Jason, how much joy did you take in that? I mean, even though this Maple Leafs team did fall to the Islanders, what were your thoughts seeing that as Matthews got to the top of the mountain there for goals scored?
Oh man, I thought he was gonna go back to back hat tricks because I was at the Jets game and I wasn't expecting the hat trick. Yo, those guys were getting dog walk in the first half of that game, so like I didn't even expect him to get a hat trick that game. But then the Islanders game, I just felt like yo, he's showing like signs of his older self. Like the goal he scored on the power play against the Jets, like it was a shot from outside the slot. So I'm like, oh, now he's shooting from a distance now, and he has the accuracy behind it. All right, slowly but surely, he ended up getting the hat trick. Leafs beat the Jets, but then with the Isles, I didn't expect him to score. When he got the first one, I was like, all right, cool. But then, like to tie Sundin, I was like, oh, okay, this guy's. I didn't think you'd get another opportunity like that. You know what I'm saying? And then in overtime, like the tip, I forgot who passed it to him in overtime, guys. When he got the tip and the puck just went across the crease. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's so close to a hat trick. But
I
yeah, I'm
really thought
happy
that
for
went
him.
in.
Yeah, me too. Me too, man. Me too. I thought that tip in OT like went in, but it just had one of those weird bounces, you know what I'm saying? But I'm happy for him. Like you kind of knew just based off of like the way Matthews came into the league. Like not too many guys came into the league in their first game and scored 4 goals in their first debut game. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Going back to that Ottawa game and just looking at his debut game, you knew he was special. Like it was the first goal you could tell. Like you knew he was special because like he was the best projected player and all that stuff that comes along with it. But in that first game, if you look at his first goal, like where he had to work it off the boards and then he made a nice little play and then a dipsy doodle and he scored. Like I just felt at that time and point that this guy was going to be special, and he just kept excelling. Yeah, injuries hampered him. You know what I'm saying? But I think listen, like this guy is back, and I'm happy that he did it in a less amount of games as Sundin. But I am with Marsha. You kind of want Sundin, like that guy to like that record to stand, but the way these kids are coming up now and the way the game is accelerating as far as like the speed, the way the shots are being taken and the sticks and the skates on top of it, like the game is just so much faster than it was compared to when Sundin played. So for Matthews to score 500 in less games, like I kind of felt that was gonna happen. I didn't even know he was that close until like I started seeing it like on. I wasn't on it like that. I seen it kind of like after the fact. Oh, he tied Sundin. Holy smokes! I didn't even know he had that many already. Holy smokes! Like time flies. It feels like he was just drafted. So yeah, congrats to AM34 Big Tone. Hopefully he can keep it up the rest of the season. And yeah, man, it feels good knowing that he was able to break that record.
Hmm. And of course, the big thing now for Maple Leafs is that they're still stuck in Brick City in that Atlantic Division right now. They need that 2 points against the Islanders. And again, still a hockey to be played, but this Leafs team is still stuck in the Atlantic Division basement. As right now, you look at that rest of the division right now. You look at the rest of the division, and again, they're catching up to Ottawa. Florida is struggling in the Winter Classic. Florida got just run over by the New York Rangers. And this is a Maple Leafs team of 45 points that is almost 10 points behind the Habs for third in that division. There is still so much work to do for Toronto as they are 5-3-2 in their past 10 games, gang.
Boo. But on Florida, this is what happens when you play the Winter Classic in the sun.
Like, yeah,
That,
what were they even thinking, Marsha? Like,
that
why would you bring it to like Florida, bro? Like, and then I seen this video and I didn't get to share it with you guys. I should have shared it with you guys. This guy's talking about, oh, you know why we got the Winter Classic? Because we win the Stanley Cup. We're a good hockey
uh,
team. No, brother, shut up, bro. George Peros and Gary Bettman are in your back pocket, bro. Like, get out of here.
like I don't care if you get the Winter Classic because yes, technically it is winter. I'm not gonna deny that. It is winter for you just as it is winter for us. Fine. But if you're still gonna call it the Winter Classic, you gotta do it up. I wanna see the fake snow. Grate some cheese on the ground. Give me like a Christmas tree. I don't know, like do something. Or change the name to the Sunshine Classic and like give me a little energy to mock it up and make me feel like it is what it is. Because between that and the fact that it was the day after New Year's at 8 p.m., I'm like, what the heck are we doing here? Because this is just a regular game at this point. I don't care if you don't want to be overshot by college football. You could have played the game at 2 p.m. on New Year's Day and you would have been fine. Like, who's in charge here?
Well, look at the winter.
Apparently, there's no grown up.
What was that trade card for a second?
I said apparently there's no grown ups in the room. But I agree with Marsha though. I mean, like if you're gonna call it a winter classic, have it in places that have winter. Like make it make sense.
You know what
You
though?
know, where are you
And
gonna have a hockey game in the Sunshine State? The Sunshine State,
and if you were
where
gonna
it's
have
almost all the
no,
time.
sorry, Troy. Go, go, go.
No, like I'm saying, like it's like why are you gonna have it in a place where it's hot almost all the time? Like didn't they have it in Dallas once too, where it's like, what are you doing? Why are you having it in places where it doesn't snow?
I
At
mean, that
least
was
Texas got snow those 2 times.
yeah in the Cotton Bowl. And that was a cold day. That was like 9 degrees Celsius in the Cotton Bowl in 2020. It was not a warm day at all.
That's the one where Corey Perry got kicked out like in the first 4 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. I was just gonna
It
add
was
on to what Troy was saying and just say like it should have never been Florida versus New York. You know what I'm saying? It should have been like the Islanders versus the Rangers at MetLife Stadium or something like that. Like, or if you're gonna do Florida, you should have involved like San Jose or a hot team or something like that. And like what Marsha said, put up the palm trees and whatever and all them thing there.
But I digress.
Those games are always going to those games. The NHL wants to have those games in every NHL market. Eventually, you're going to get an outdoor game in Vegas, in Nashville, in Utah. You're going to get the outdoor games in, if not all, every NHL city, nearly all 32 NHL markets. And I remember last year before the Heritage Classic, I talked to Steve Mayer for my THN piece, and Steve Mayer is one of the heads of the events at the NHL HQ.
Mhm.
And I asked Steve Mayer, what is the future of outdoor games? Is it taking these games overseas? And Steve basically said to me that, yeah, the future of outdoor games is taking the game overseas. So Winter Classic, you could see possibly happen in London or Tokyo.
And that is completely fine. But let's make sure the theme matches what it's supposed to be. Because, like, we can do an outdoor game any day, anytime, but will make it like appropriate.
Hmm.
Like, okay, if we're gonna do something in like Beijing and it's gonna be about Chinese New Year and it's gonna be two teams that might have like Chinese heritage players,
Hmm.
um, or like their team base has like a big Chinese community, then like let's play it up like that and let's be intentional about the things that we do instead of saying we're gonna call it the Winter Classic and we're just gonna pick two random teams and then we're just gonna do nothing and we're just gonna call it that because that's what it's historically called and
Hmm.
like do nothing. Like this is why the NHL is going nowhere in terms of marketing because they're not thinking about any of these things, right? Like there's so many ideas that you could do for cool outdoor games with all of these theme ideas that will bring people in and like help them enjoy like what it is. Like they say they want to bring one overseas. You have an outdoor game in London, like the 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 rainy days outdoor game and it's Seattle and it's Chicago. Like it's the Windy City versus the Rainies. Like like something stupid like that. I don't know, but it's fun
Yeah.
and it makes people want to sit there and be like, oh, how did they come up with this idea? And you read into that and it's a cool fun story and people are like, oh, haha, I get it, they're being creative now.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying, Marsha. It makes sense how they should have leaned even more into being winter themed. I get it. It makes total sense. I mean, a great example of the NHL missing opportunities was when Arizona played LA in Australia in the preseason game, which to me, if you're gonna have you can have a game in Australia, how do you not have a game with St. Louis who has Nathan Walker?
Thank you.
You're only Australian in the league. Why are the
You
Blues not
know,
playing that game in Australia?
hmm, let the man go home.
That was a missed chance for me to not have the one Australian guy in the league playing Australia.
Yeah, yeah. It's the little things like that I'm like, come on, y'all. There's not one person in your team of administration that had that idea to be like, "Hmm, maybe this is an idea that we should be doing."
Yeah, because I don't know. It's the NHL. Like, there are times where the NHL gets certain things right with their events and stuff like that. It's just, I mean, from what I'm hearing, the rumor is out there now that there's plans for, if not next year, the year afterwards, a global series game of Ottawa Edmonton in Germany, which makes sense because
Thank you.
Stutzla
Yes,
versus Draisaitl.
exactly.
I mean, like we shouldn't be again having one of these games being a hit and then the second game which is just like, what are you doing?
A garbage dumpster fire. Like, yeah.
Yeah. And speaking of the outdoor game, I don't know if you all saw that online. Someone posted online, apparently there was an idea of an outdoor game at Bristol Speedway between Nashville and Tampa, and it got shot down by the league offices. Maybe it leaked too early, maybe it was incorrect. But Bristol Speedway, again, meant for racing. And when you had the MLB play there last year, people said it was too far to see a baseball game on Bristol Speedway. Watching a hockey game on Bristol seems like a bad idea. To me, that seems like, okay, what are we doing here? Like you are you're already far enough. I've been to high level racing events. I've been to IndyCar events.
Hmm.
Like, and again, it's tough at times to see a car. Now a hockey rink in a major speedway, what are we doing?
I don't know. I don't know.
Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I know the league said that's false, but even if the league double backs down, say, yeah, we're gonna do it eventually, like, it's hard enough to see a car going by in those tracks. A hockey rink in
Yeah,
the middle of a speedway, that's gonna be a tough visual for those in the building.
it's hard. But I think, you know what, Avery? I really think it's just because of the shape.
Hmm.
Like I'm looking at a picture of Bristol right now, and it's literally just because it's oval shape and it's like the perfect shape for a rink to be in the middle. And then like the track would be around the rink.
Hmm.
So it's like a nice visual. they don't care about people actually being able to watch the game.
Like, like you're gonna to me, you're gonna have to build artificial. You're gonna have to build temporary seating somewhere to bring the crowd in more because you can't do it
Mhm.
that far away. I feel.
Yeah, like maybe if they do some sort of like GA standing VIP experience type of thing. Like it could be cool if they pull it off. But you're
Ah,
right, like
yeah.
it's so far from like the city that like getting there
Hmm.
would be so difficult. But I feel like there are other places that they could think about
Totally.
thinking about doing this, like any other like indie car like oval tracks
Yeah,
with this same like shape.
possibly.
Or they
And
could just not.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
I mean, league right now said
Because
it's fake news, so it could have been a leak. It could have been a fake Photoshop that got out there somehow. So
like, why do you need a hockey and NASCAR crossover? You don't, because you're still not marketing anybody. Like, people are going to be tuning in more for the race car driving. People are going to show up to this hockey game going, when does the left turn start happening? Like, they don't care about the hockey game. Like, do something that makes sense. And I think this is the theme that we're going with for this episode, is make it make sense.
Yeah.
Because like, these guys, and like I said earlier, there's no adults in the room when these decisions are being made. And like Avery said, this may or may not be a real thing, but let's say it is. Why would you agree to this? How does this put more eyes on your league in terms of your players and your team? And if you're going to pick Nashville as one of these teams to play there, why is the other team Tampa Bay?
Mhm. I saw other tweets of people saying it would be Carolina.
Carolina, yes,
It
Carolina,
should
yes,
be.
Yeah.
yeah. Thank you,
It
Marsha.
should be. It's
Yes.
the other team that would make sense. But to put Tampa there, like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but when does anything else in the NHL make sense?
Yeah,
I mean, well,
very rarely does that happen.
but it does sound like so. Doing some more looking into it, does look like there is interest in Bristol. So there is yeah. So it's Carolina. Yeah, it was Carolina. Thank you, Marsha. But yeah, it looks like there is interest in doing it. But I don't know. I get it. I'm some of the LDL. If you want to keep these games in North America, I think it's time to try and do your Rogers Center game if you can actually do it. Because I know the
Yes.
configuration. I know the configurations might make it tough. You got to actually look at that, see if it can work with the seating being locked in. But if
Just
there's
do
a
BMO.
yeah, if there's a way to fit a rink in there in Rogers Center with the permanent seating, I think that's where you should do it because I've been people want that to happen for a long time.
Not the not the X, bro. Not Lamport's. What is it called? BMO
Oh,
Field,
BMO,
bro.
it's been done
BMO?
though. They did. It's
Yeah.
been done though, Jason.
Oh, so you
Yeah.
so you guys want to go? You want to go to like the Rogers
Something
Center?
different.
Hmm.
Something different. Mm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, I think that'd be a cool visual, a cool thing to have Toronto, Montreal, Rogers Center as your Winter Classic for that year.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, it would have to be Montreal if it was the Rogers Center. 100%. It has to be Montreal. It can't be Chicago or anybody else.
Hmm.
We would have to play the Canadians, bro. That's the only way that would have to run. But NHL's too foolish to do something like that because it makes sense. Like Troy said, the theme of today's episode is make it make sense, right? That makes too much sense for the NHL to do.
They like good ideas, not great ideas.
Oh, goodness, goodness, goodness. And going from these games to other games of importance coming up, the Olympic Games. So Canada, USA, men's rosters have been revealed, on other rosters, and there are some names on there, of course, certain and USA, of course. We already know about guys like Connor, Sid, Cale Makar, Nate McKinnon. They are locks for. Team Canada, of course, you got Team USA. You got your stars going as well for Team USA. You got Matthews, of course, going over there. But there are some names that, to me personally, I was surprised made it or didn't get on. I'm glad Malcolm Celebrini made it on Team Canada. I like the fact you got some young blood over there going. I'm a bit frustrated Evan Bouchard is not there because people keep on saying, liability, liability. In elimination games, in big playoff type games, Bouchard's the guy you want on Team Canada. And for Team USA, the shocks for me who didn't get on. No Jason Robertson and no Adam Fox. Bill Guerin,
Mm.
what are you doing? Like the idea of
Mm.
Bill Guerin wanting checkers in the Olympics, like, dude, you're not playing the Columbus Blue Jackets. You're not playing the Florida Panthers. You're playing Sweden, Finland, finesse games, and one
Hmm.
of your leading scorers, and Jason Robertson's not there. It's not practice. I'll swing it to you, Jason. What are your thoughts on the roster reveals?
Oh, I think I should go last because I have a lot to say. I have a
Uh-oh.
lot to say.
All
This
right.
is one of those one takes.
All right, you know what then? You know what they'll come back to. I'll swing it to you, Troy. What are your thoughts on the roster reveals?
Um, there were some omissions from both the American and the Canadian roster. Tavares for me, both Colorado goalies. Um, and as these guys were getting picked, sure enough, like a day or two later, they're all starting to drop like flies. You know, Seth Jarvis, he called it. What did he say? A shit salad. Pardon the language, but I believe that's what he that's
That's
what
what you
he called
said.
it. Um, you know, a lot of people are up in arms about Bedard not making the team. First of all, I think a lot of people forget the man's hurt. Like, we don't know what the length of his injury is going to be. So if it's longer than the Olympics, and hopefully it's not, then all these people are making noise. They just wasted good oxygen for nothing. Um, I think Tavares definitely should have been on the radar for sure. Geeky as well. Like, the man has what 50 plus goals in the calendar year, and just like, no, we'll pass. Um, I do think it's cool that Macklin Celebrini made it because I believe he's top five in scoring if he's not top three. Sorry about that. My child's getting her hair done. Um, she's not being brutally massacred in the living room. I swear, she's just getting her hair done and she's just really sensitive. Um, as for the Americans, yes, it's a very if the Americans don't wall up these teams that they're facing in goal, they're definitely gonna look back and be like, maybe we should have taken Jason Robertson. Did JT Miller make this team?
Mm-hmm.
I
Yes,
don't
sir.
remember. Oh my goodness. You're better off putting a pylon on skates out there. Like, that dude is useless. Like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like the loyalty is a little too much for some of these guys. Because I mean, like, we've all seen that one video of him just kind of nonchalantly skating in his own zone, where it's just like, this isn't beer league, dude. Like, you're playing pro hockey. Do you know how many people would die to be in your position, and you're going on like it's a free skate? I don't know, man. Like, I think that should go to a player more deserving, like Jason Robertson, or even a guy like Cole Caulfield. And you guys know that even though he plays for the Habs, you guys know that I do have a I do like Cole Caulfield as a player. So I mean, they're gonna be missing out on those two, but we'll see.
No, we will see. You mentioned the JT Miller thing. JT Miller is someone who I don't understand. I don't understand a lot of things with him. He's someone who has like he's someone who has been a headache for a lot of his NHL career. And that's why you want to bring on Team USA. I don't understand it at all. I mean, when he's on, he's on. But that guy just screams to me, giant headache. We'll see how that works out. But yeah, Cole Caulfield didn't make it either. That to me is just odd how Bill Guerin wants to go with his, meat and potatoes. for hockey that's international rules hockey. Like that is just all right. You know what? You do you then, but I don't like it. I don't like it in many ways. Marsha, what are your thoughts on the rosters? Oh,
Sad, very sad. Sad, disappointing, blah blah. Um, Team USA, I'll be surprised if they even come in fourth. Um,
wow.
yeah,
Wow.
I'm even at that point because I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, so you have like one player with half a hand, and then it's like you have one racialized player because no one counts Seth, whatever his face is. And then it's like racist, bigot, useless pylon, like waste of space, only injures people. Brock Nelson's cool. Like, what is this team? What did they think they were playing? Where did they think they were playing? Are they confused? Like, I think their Four Nations team was a little bit better than the
Fuck.
Olympics team because all this team is set out to do is like they're set out to injure, and they can't even do that because it's international rules. So I'm like, where's the talent? Because as you said, Avry, like the Olympics is a game of speed, finesse, and goal scoring. So this team's gonna fall on their ass because the only people that are set to do that are Auston Matthews and like Quinn Hughes and like Tage Thompson because you willingly omitted Jason Robertson, who's arguably the best American player right now.
Yeah.
So that's your loss. As I said, if you make it to fourth place, great. If you make it beyond that, I call rigged. But sure, take take it as you will. That's America. Canada, I, like one guy's wife is pregnant, so he's like, if my wife doesn't have the kids yet, I'm not going. Tom Wilson just got injured. Like, uh, I just, there are so many people that should be on this team that aren't on this team. Drew Doughty needs to go back to 2008. Like, I'm forever number one Drew Doughty hater. Macklin Celebrini, my child, I love you forever. You're right where you should be. Sidney Crosby deserves another gold medal. Like, come on. What are in the minds of the people that created these teams?
Well, I look at all these rosters, and this is where I've said it before in different shows, different platforms. I hate current NHL GMs assembling international rosters because you
Thank you.
see the biases come in, like with Doug Armstrong. Of course, Jordan Binnington is going to be there when Binnington has not looked
Ugh,
good this season. I mean, they're
ugh,
going they're going off four nations. Brother, did we forget how he was bad most of that tournament? Binnington was not good
garbage.
outside of the final. Binnington was not good in net for Canada. So you're gonna run it back again because he's your guy?
Oh my
Like
God.
I would have gone with Logan Thompson, my number one instead, but no. But no, Doug Armstrong doesn't like Logan Thompson. Like, brother, I don't care about your NHL beefs or your NHL biases. It's for the country. I don't care. Pick the best
Exactly.
players. It should not be current GMs because every GM will put their guys on the roster over the country's benefit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And
I
that's
was
the problem.
I was shocked and appalled when they announced Jordan Binnington. I was just like, Utah Canada
Threw up in my
again?
mouth. Threw up in my mouth. I'm like, did we not watch the same games?
Yeah. And then right after the announcement, he goes out and puts up a stinker, and it's like, this is your goalie, this
Stuart
is your
Skinner question
starter,
mark?
and you left both Colorado goalies at home.
Mm-hmm.
Why? everybody knows that goaltending is our weakness, and we picked the weakest goalies. Oh my goodness, we're fried. This
God.
is what happens when you let an old boys club pick a team.
Like,
Sick of
They
it.
should, they should almost do it like All Star format. Let the fans decide who goes.
like it's and and what's gonna happen again if Canada doesn't win gold. We're gonna get that. And you have to remember those hockey summits we used to have at the Hall of Fame because why isn't Canada winning everything? We need a summit. I swear, if there's a summit over Canada winning gold, I'm gonna lose it every time Canada doesn't win a gold medal.
You need these waste youths to retire.
You know how arrogant it looks when we have an actual crisis summit when we don't win? You know how arrogant that looks? That looks so bad.
Wah, wah. Canada's not the best at hockey. Wah.
Like I
I want William Nylander to come back home with a gold medal.
Yeah, like he do. Yeah, based off of the way these guys aligned the team, yeah, they. I don't know, bro. I don't know if, bro. Like you have Nick Suzuki and you have Anthony Cirelli, bro. Pick one, bro. Why are you bringing two of the same player? All right. The only exemption you should have is if you're gonna bring Sam Bennett and Tom Wilson. You know what I'm saying? Then you have Drew Doughty on the back end. I understand the logics of why they picked him because of the fact that he has that experience, but he's older. They should have took a Jacob Chikrin or even a Matthew Schaefer over that role for that position there over Doughty. Doughty's been there, he's done that. He doesn't need to go back. The Olympics is gonna be fast paced and his legs are gonna be burning him because these guys that play the back end for different countries are big, fast, strong, and young. You know what I think our back end is probably like the oldest
The
back end
oldest
in this
back end.
in the tournament, like which is insane. And then there's like what three guys from Alberta on our back end, and then like two guys from Saskatoon. That's the type of piss and vinegar you need for the Olympics. You get what I'm saying? But like you still gotta have a certain amount of youth mixed up in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and as far as like Chekrin goes, like he's having a great season right now. I think he's leading all defensemen in scoring and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So like he would have fit there, or Schaefer, like Avry said, like Schaefer is young, he's fresh, he's a skating defenseman. He's like a Makar like type style. Like he can move the puck, but he can also play defense as well, right? But yeah, I in a way I'm like certain like Celebrini was right. Bedard is injured, but the evil on me is saying like still bring him. Jarvis should I definitely got to look because he had a
The
good
the
like.
injury wasn't even the reason why Bedard wasn't picked.
No, but like it was the logistics of he was 1 point behind Celebrini or something like that at the time.
Nonsense.
Yeah, it's complete nonsense, and it's like okay, we're just gonna pick this and we're gonna pick that. Like, don't get me wrong, Celebrini deserves to be there. He's probably gonna win Rookie of the Year for sure. Like that guy's on a tear. He's gonna do damage. He deserves to be there. But like the way they aligned the team, like I don't know, man. I think they could have done a better job. Like you have like Suzuki, Sorelli. You're bringing Mark Stone. When was the last time Mark Stone played a full season in the NHL?
That's what I said.
When is the last time he played a full season in the
Mark
NHL?
Stone on the IR list until April. Mark Stone.
And then Bo Horvat, like you didn't really need Bo Horvat. Like you did, but you didn't really like there's other guys you could have went for. Like Shifley from the Jets is playing astronomical hockey. I think Troy said geeky. I like Wyatt Johnson from Dallas. He signed like for 8.7
Hmm.
million, but he's a big, strong, young, physical net presence that could bully people. You're gonna need bullies in the Olympics because the Americans are gonna just try and bully the. Speaking of America, they're stupid because they didn't take Matthew Nyes. That was just there for you to take.
That right
That
there,
was there for you to take. Matthew
especially to
Nyes was
play with
there.
Auston Matthews.
Matthew Nyes was there for the United States to take, and them not taking Adam Fox is just diabolical. You,
Hilarious.
one of the
Hilarious.
best American-born
That has to be
skating.
beef.
Yeah, it has to be some sort of static or like I don't like you, bro. I'm not picking you. Like what? Seth Jones, bro? Like yo, oh my gosh, bro. Like oh my gosh, bro. Like I think the only team that got it right, like were like was
Sweden
like
and Finland.
Sweden Finland got it right for sure. You know what I'm saying? But like, guy, like Canada, like the hockey program needs to be better, bro. It's not about black and white. I like what Avery said. It's about giving your country the best chance and the best opportunity to win. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Bennington barely won you that game in the Four Nations against the Americans. Why don't you just try something different? You know what I'm saying? You have goalies Thompson. Then you have the goalies in Colorado, Blackwood, and all these. Like, come on, man, do something different, bro. Do something different. Like, I get it. You want experience and you want depth, but like, bro, like
Mhm.
Bennington, like, yeah, he's not even that nice still, to tell you the
Mackenzie
honest
Blackwood
truth.
is there. He's right
Mhm.
Yeah,
there.
Yeah.
right. I would have definitely looked at Blackwood or
Scott
somebody else.
Wedgwood, like I don't
Wedgwood,
know.
yeah, guys like that. Like, at least it gives us a different option in net, and it's not one where we're forced to score 97 goals to win the tournament. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't
Yeah.
want to I don't want to be in the Olympics on the surface and then watching these guys have to trail and find a way to come back. Like, I want these guys to have a goaltender in net that they can rely on and count on. And I think that this whole like giving like picks to the coach of the team, they got to throw that shit in the garbage, bro, because like, yo, that's the only reason why Chiarelli got there. Sorelli, I should say, got there. You know what I'm saying? Like, me personally, if I was gonna take somebody off Tampa Bay, I'll probably take Brandon Hagel over Sorelli. If that's what if you're gonna give me a, but like, bro, you picked the wrong one and you picked the exact same type of hockey player as Nick Suzuki, bro. Like, what? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. There should have been a few guys that should have been on that roster. Like Sam Bennett being snubbed is crazy because that
Mm.
guy, he's a rat, he's a pest. But when it comes to big moments, whether it be in the Stanley Cup playoffs, whether it be giving our goalie a flying clothesline in the goal crease in the playoffs, or whether it be like scoring a game tying goal against the Americans in the final game of the Four Nations, like this guy can step up when it comes to big moments. You know what I mean? And like for me, not to see his name called out, that was crazy. But Marsha brought up a good point. Tom Wilson is hurt, and it doesn't look good for Tom Wilson. And although he could recover fast enough, they don't know the extent of how long
Yeah.
that rehabilitation will really take. Because you don't want to send him to the Olympics tender. If you have a
Yeah.
healthy Sam Bennett,
Washington's not gonna like that.
yeah, 100%. So if you're gonna send Sam Bennett, now's the time to send him. But you definitely want to reconsider and maybe get Shifley up there at the very
Yeah.
least
Real
because he's
yeah.
Yeah, we'll definitely see. But the whole Matthew Schaefer thing, there was a lot of talk of, some people saying he's too young, he's too young. What? I don't. Have you seen what he's doing right now? I hate this idea of, he's too young, too young.
So
Right
Sidney
now,
Crosby was too young?
right,
exactly, right?
right.
You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you have to. And you know, like with his size and the way he plays, he would fit right into the Olympic style. Like, and you could tell just based off of the goal he scored last night in overtime. And the goal that he scored to tie the goal. Like he basically outskated, I don't know, but he outskated someone along the boards and just cut across and tucked it behind wall. Like so easy, bro. Like, and for a defenseman, like you're not used to seeing defensemen skate that way with that size. You know what I mean? Like when you see defensemen that size, that tall, that long, you're used to them being more, okay, I'm gonna pound you into the boards. I'm gonna rough you up. I'm gonna fling an elbow. Like, but
Mhm.
his game is his IQ is very high, like as far as moving the puck and breaking it out of his own end. And I think Canada could definitely benefit off a defenseman like that. Like that guy is nice, man. He's nice. And
yeah.
I think he's nice. And the thing is, like, he's kind of before his time because I can the last defenseman that we seen like this, not as tall, but like this is Makar right now. Like, you know what I mean? And he's taller than Makar, so that means that you have Makar on your one. You know what I'm saying? And then you have Schaefer on your two or your three. That's two different styles of Makar like teams would have to face. Like they wouldn't be ready for that. But
But I mean, like so far, it's looking like there are at least two guys that aren't gonna be on the Olympic roster come February. So like the team is not gonna look like what's on paper right now. We know that for sure. For Team Canada at the very least. So we'll see who it's gonna be. We'll see what the final roster is gonna be. We know Schaefer's on the reserve list,
Hmm.
like he's said it. Um, so we'll see what ends up happening. Um, and then we don't know like what that means. We don't know what reserve means in terms of like people traveling to Milan as well,
Hmm. Yeah.
right?
I would assume you'd want to keep those guys close. If they can't be in Milan, be somewhere close if you need to get one of those guys into your lineup, depending on how things work out. So I'm sure those guys will be on standby, somewhat to an extent when it's allowed from the IOC and IIHF.
Hmm.
Marsha, what guys do you think are not going to be on the roster?
I just think Devon Taves and Tom Wilson, like for sure. Because like the second Devon said, "Oh, my wife's pregnant," um, and that's like close to her due date, whether she has the child or she doesn't have the child, he's not going.
Hmm.
Because if she just has the baby and you go to the Olympics, terrible father. If she doesn't have the baby and you go to the Olympics, that means you're missing the birth of your child.
Hmm.
Terrible father. So he's
Yeah,
not going.
yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. So at least you know Schaefer is going to be there on the back end, which makes sense. Do you think they're going to go Bennett if Wilson is not there, Avery?
Possibly, yes. I do think Bennett's possibly in play. I was surprised he wasn't picked as well. He seemed like the kind of guy that Hockey Canada would absolutely want going. But I do think, yeah, if I do think he's getting that phone call if anything changes ASAP.
Mhm.
What are your thoughts, Troy? You're awfully quiet over there, brother man.
Sorry, just trying to get my son to stop running around. It's almost bedtime for them. I'm still stuck on the goaltending situation because Colorado has two regulation losses. Two.
Heh?
You're just like, no, Jordan Whittington.
Wait, for
Like,
real? Two?
yeah, two regulation losses.
Yep.
Yeah,
Holy
you have
Jesus.
two regulation, and you just skip them completely. Like like with the Americans skipping over Matthew Knight, like you had it on the cusp of your fingertips. You're this close. You know the meme of the fisherman with the thing hanging, like the dollar hanging, then he's hanging it over somebody's head, and it's like, oh, you're so close. That that's in USA in terms of missing out on things that are just like you have to take it, or it's like that episode of Family Guy, where it's like you win the boat or the box, the
Hmm.
mystery box, and everybody takes the boat, and Peter's like, I want the box. you
Oh, that's
know,
a good one.
uh,
I
yeah.
I do agree with Marsha. As a fellow parent myself, like if if I got named to the Olympic roster and I know that my wife is about to give birth right around that time, I'm not going. I'm not going. I'd rather be there with my wife to see the birth of my kid, whether she has a kid or not. Because like that's just what a good dad does. You're just there. Like that, hockey is secondary at that point. It is unfortunate that Bo Horvat got hurt the same day he got picked. Um, he wasn't. I wonder whose radar he was on. Wasn't on mine. I didn't know he was Canadian
Mhm.
until they announced his name. That's how much. That's how much he comes under the radar. Um, we we've kind of discussed the whole Morgan Riley thing. I don't know. I mean, like he's played all right this season, but like the standout Morgan Riley from seasons past, like that's I don't.
Oh, hang on. I think Troy froze on us here for a second.
I mean, to jump in on his Morgan Riley point until he had, oh, he's back.
Now you're back, Trent. Now you're
Yeah.
back.
Sorry. Yeah, I was saying that Morgan Riley is basically a left-handed Drew Doughty at this point. Like you're not really getting much out of it. You can't really squeeze much out of the sponge that's left out of it. So other than that, you know, I agree with Marsha. It's gonna by the time the Olympics actually roll around, we're probably gonna see at least 4 or 5 different people on this roster.
About Morgan Riley, though, would you say, or would you think, because this is my idea, I feel that his play becomes so a lot better and very different when the pressure is not on him to forcefully be the best or be the 1A all the time or to be the one leading the play all the time or like make all of those decisions and like he could just play. So I feel like in an international wheelhouse, there might be a better side of him.
That's a possibility, but then like there's like 97% of our fan base for the Leafs, and then a lot of other people out there that are saying like Riley is a liability defensively, and then they're just gonna look at his underlying numbers for this season and not look deep into like what it is you're saying, Marsha, as far as him having to always be the guy to like move the puck and break it out, and there's a tremendous amount of pressure on him. But if maybe going to the Olympics with a little bit more space, it might open his game up more. You know what I mean? So like you definitely have a valid point. You're cooking, you cook there still. And Tavares, yeah, I think Tavares should have. Like, I'd rather if I had to pick between Tavares and Mark Stone, I'm taking Tavares all day. If we have to take an old guy, I'd want John Tavares to be the old guy we take. That guy's puck protection is elite, and he's strong like bull. And for some reason, this guy just has a different gear. Like when it comes to international play, ever
Mhm.
since juniors. You know what I'm saying? Like all
Yeah.
the Olympic tournaments, if you watch Tavares, he's always been a standout guy. No matter who he's played with, his line is doing damage.
Well, if Bull Horvat's injured, then that that might be the replacement.
Yeah, like that. I wouldn't be mad at that, but I'd rather Tavares go in for Mark Stone
Yeah.
versus going in for Bor Hovat, and then maybe we get like another like oversized forward that we could put in there for Horvat. Like maybe that dude from the Jets who's on a tear, or like somebody else like
Hmm.
along like the power forward like type guy like Morgan Geeky, somebody that could score goals and be a net front presence, something like that. But yeah, Tavares over Stone like 100%. That's not
Yeah.
even a no brainer.
Mhm. And you mentioned that front presence, Jason. If he had a full season to work with, if he didn't get hurt, I fully believe that Zach Hyman would have been on this roster or on the radar.
Oh, a
100%.
thousand. Yeah. Yeah.
100%. Zach Hyman is the type of power forward like you need in international play because he can do the greasy things to get to the front of the net and create opportunity. And also, he has good hands, so he can finish in front of the net too. Like, it's rare you see Hyman miss, like off. Like, it's rare. It happens. He's not going to score every time, but I mean, like, it's rare. Like, you know what I mean? And I think a lot of that has to do with the familiarity that he has with like McDavid and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Just how McDavid plays so fast, Hyman's able to keep up. So yeah, Hyman should have definitely been there. I know they were looking at him based off of the way he finished off last season. But like you said, like if he didn't get injured, I think they would definitely be looking at Hyman still. I think it would have been Hyman first, like over Stone. Like, and I'm not even gonna lie about that.
Hmm. Yeah, definitely think if Zach had that full year returning from into line from the broken wrist, he definitely would have been a great candidate to play for Team Canada. And going from the men's game to I want to give a shout out. I know we're all gonna like this news. Gotta give a big shout out to Layla Edwards on women's side for Team USA, becoming the first black woman to play international hockey Olympic Games for Team USA. That is so cool to see. She's been killing it for the Americans, killing it at Wisconsin. She's gonna have a bright career in the P-Dub coming up, and to see her become that first black woman to play for Team USA, it's amazing.
Tens all around. Happy to see that this has finally happened. I mean, it took them long enough, but it's super exciting for her to have actually done this and like wanna highlight something I saw. I see that there's like a fundraiser going around to help her family get to Milan
Hmm.
to be able to watch her. So if y'all see that around, like be sure to boost that because it's disappointing that there isn't that support available for players, especially since she is a big first like that. Team USA step up. What's wrong with y'all? But yes, that like shout out to Layla. Big kudos. Like this is amazing.
No, it is definitely amazing. And again, watching her at the rivalry series. She is someone who can play forward, can play D, so versatile, and her game continues to evolve, continues to get better at Wisconsin. So she's going to be that torch. And we're seeing, again, Team USA, that torch is being passed from the Hillary Knights, the Kendall Coyne Schofields, to players like the Taylor Heises, like the Layla Edwards. And when I talked to both Layla and Hillary Knight Edmonton, Hillary Knight had such good things to say about Layla. She truly was glowing about her. So those veterans in USA hockey have Layla as the next gen, as one of those next big players to carry that program in the coming years.
Yeah, that this is just a case of more black excellence, and we love to see this, man. Big up, Layla. Like Marsha said, if you guys see the post, just try and chip in. But Hockey America, Hockey USA should be doing better for their players, the ones that put on the red, the colors of the country to represent them to, have a chance to play for a medal. You got to take care of your peoples better than that, man. You know what I'm saying? But no, this is great to see. Like she's going to the Olympics, she's gonna represent her country, country, and she's gonna do damage. Like and if like what you were saying about the rivalry series, Avery, like she's been like a thorn in Canada's side, bro. I think she scored against us a couple times too, bro.
Yep, that's
You know what I
correct.
mean? Yeah, man. So she's definitely gonna give Sarah Nurse and the ladies from Team Canada a lot of problems in the Olympics. Yeah, kudos to her. She's an inspiration for not only my daughters, but all the little girls all over the world that want to lace up a pair of skates and slap the biscuit around. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, big her up, man. She's an inspiration for a lot of people, man. And yeah, black excellence is shining once again.
Absolutely, absolutely. And before we wrap things up, I know Troy's got to peace out. We'll wrap things up here. We're talking about from the senior teams to the World Juniors. As right now, Czechia leads Canada 2-1 in the quarterfinal game. And Czechia, man, they've been that thorn in Canada's side for the past little while here at the World Juniors. And the last thing Canada wants is to be knocked out again by the Czechs in the quarterfinal, gang.
Pain and sorrow. Pain and sorrow. This is probably their like karma following them around. This is like Dale Hunter's karma for being a terrible person or whatever. I don't know. But like pick up the slack, open your eyes, slap the puck around, score some goals. I don't know what to tell these children.
They're scrapping. I had the game on like while we were recording. Czechia right now they're just like pounding the Canadians in their own zone, and they're neutralizing the puck, and they're pressing the Canadians hard, and the Canadians don't know what to do, like as far as getting the puck out, and it's hard for them to sustain pressure. They did that pretty good in the first period, but right now is all Czechia right now, and it's like they're playing like a defensive set right now where they're just making it like hell for Canada to like get that pressure in the ozone to get the biscuit around and try and create opportunity. So this doesn't look good, but I know these guys are gonna battle back. And Ginla's playing well. He scored the opener. Parekith is out there. Atchison is out there. Like these guys are out there. These guys know what they're playing for. So I'm not too worried about the thing, man. This is just a baby food. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna nyam that just now.
He mentioned right there, Jason, TJ Ginla. He's someone who I've liked his tournament so far. He's taking his opportunities and his chances. And Zane Parekh. People were foolishly out here trying to say, Zane Parek bust. Zane Parek can't keep it. Zane Parek is not good. Zane Parek's been telling people nice your beak lately, eh?
Hmm. As he should. As he should. People need to know when to just stop and let the play on the ice do the talking. Because it's just because, you don't look and sound like what the typicals upbringing of what a hockey you're used to is. They're like, oh, they can't do anything. They're not good at this. They don't know what they're doing. And look at all what they've shown you. Look how they've carried the team. Look at where we are now.
Yep,
Hmm.
facts. And that's the part, Marsha, about this whole hockey thing I don't like. I was at the game the other day, and then I don't know, like, this guy, I guess he was like from up north, like Timmy from Sudbury, like he was just trying to style me. Why do you know so much about this, and how do you know this? And like, yo, brother, shut up, bro. I've been watching the sport probably longer than you were born, bro. Like, what's your problem? Why? Because I have on a tracksuit and Jordans, bro. Like, you're just looking at me like that, bro. Like, yo, leave me alone, bro. I got tickets. I'm sitting in my seat. I'm trying to watch the game, bro. Like, don't try and do those things, bro. Like, but you see, that's the problem. Like, people that have a different nationality are gonna face with this sport, bro, because it's only for certain people only, quote unquote. If we're gonna address the elephant in the room. But you see, when a guy like me comes around, or a guy like Avery or Marsha or Troy comes around, it becomes, oh, how do they know about this? Oh, they don't know what they're talking about, and this and that. Like, it's such bullshit. Like, what's good for the goose is not good for the gander, but it shouldn't be like that, though. You know what I'm saying? I should be able to go to the game and, just be around people that know the sport, and we're there and we're just having a good time. I'm not getting drilled about how do I know this and why do I know that. Like, what does that have to do with anything, bro? I thought we were here to watch a hockey game, bro.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and even with you're right, Jason. And even with Zane Parek, people are saying, hey, oh, he's having trouble figuring things out earlier this year. Like you mean to tell me now, the kid who graduated high school at 15 can't figure it
Mhm.
out again?
Please.
Again, I'll say it again. Zane Parek, a high school graduate at 15. You mean he couldn't figure it out?
Right?
Hmm.
Like, they're just bypassing that part. You know what
Like
I'm saying?
the kid is a near literal genius, like an actual genius. Like,
Come on now.
Right. But they're bypassing that part. You know what I'm saying? He needs to get it together. What does he need to get together? This guy is, and he's already drawing comparisons to Makar, bro. Like,
Hmm.
legit, that's not from me. That's like from the insiders on TV who get paid to analyze the sport. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, what does he need to figure out? Why is it? Because, like, I guess he has to figure it out because he doesn't have like the authentic look. You know what I mean? He looks a
Mm.
little bit different. If I'm being real, bro. And honestly,
yeah,
like, for 2026, Avery, like, I hope that shit changes, bro. Like, because, like, to me it's a bunch of like cow poop, bro.
yeah,
I don't want to swear on the show, but like, it's cow poop, bro. Like, 100%. Like, yo, it shouldn't even be like that. If you have talent, no matter where you come from, you should be recognized for your talent, bro. Like, not, oh, well, he's from here. He's from here, so let's just try to penalize him and not recognize his talent. But we'll recognize the talents of the guys that did bad things and almost got banned from the NHL. Like, come on, bro. Like, pick a side, bro.
yeah. And even yeah, and you guys saw as well too. There was a quote from Perek where basically was asking him, your thoughts on. They were basically asking him about why he's always so outspoken, and he's someone who's always there to give an actual good quote to the media, and he admitted that people told him, "Hey, don't be as open, don't be as engaging." And he said, "No, I want to be engaging. I know my role as a player is to help grow the game and be a little bit different." He admitted that people want
Hmm.
him to be robotic,
Oh,
give the media nothing, say nothing, and and,
please.
and these same people are gonna complain, "Oh, why is sport not growing?" Because you all want these robots who drink their biosteel and say nothing.
Tell them again, Avery. Please.
Yeah, yeah, this is 2026. We have to get some things off our chest, bro. Real thing.
Like,
Real thing.
nah, you can't complain about your sport not growing and you're telling these players give the media nothing.
Hmm. And then you wonder why people ask stupid questions,
Like,
or they repeat themselves 7 times just to try to get a lick of an answer from people.
No, like it should like these people they should be the culture should be embarrassed that people think hockey players are not engaging. People think hockey players are not all, but like people think hockey players are dumb. Like that should not be a good thing. You as a culture should be embarrassed by that.
Exactly. Like, why are we being so restrictive?
Like I don't well, but again, that goes also to how people see if you're too engaging, too flamboyant. Oh, now you're too basketball. Now you're too football. You
Yeah,
Mm.
know,
that's the thing. That's the
yeah.
And
thing.
what does that mean? Explain to me like I'm
No.
five. What does that mean? You're too black?
Basically, like
Eh?
you see, I kind of like too, like watching Tish too. I guess his dad did a very excellent job with him as far as media and how to like conduct yourself during
Mhm.
these interviews in between the periods and during this tournament, because this is basically your character that's going to follow you throughout your entire time in the NHL and stuff. And like the way he's carrying himself, it's not robotic, it's real and it's authentic. And I love that about TJ. He's like a real person, you know what I'm saying? He's not yes, no, okay, turn on, turn off. Like he's talking to you like a real person, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
that's what you want to see. You want to see some realness behind the hockey players and stuff like that. Like you can't just seclude them in a box. Like this is nonsense, bro. This is 2026 now, bro. Like the game is growing. We're trying to grow it anyways. You know what I mean? And we don't want to see the same robotic thing. We want to see some different things here. You know what I mean? And we want to see personalities. I think that hockey players that have personalities are good for the game. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah. 1,000%. And you're right, Jason. Yeah, you're right. You can see from Tej how Jerome clearly had a hand in shaping Teach, where Teach is engaging. He's got a gregarious personality. He's not that generic, bland player. I like that. And when we think about it, in large part, there aren't very few among the players of color, on black players. Very few of them are not bad. Are very few of them are bad quotes. Almost all of them you can talk to, and they're very engaging. Be it guys like T, Zane Parek, Darnell Nurse, Nazem Kadri. Almost all those guys are great quotes.
Oh, 100%. And they all have personality too, bro. They're not boring people, Avery.
Hmm.
Kadri is a firecracker. Nurse just looks like a fun guy to be around. Like when he's in that mood and stuff,
Yeah.
like he just looks like a very easy, approachable person. You know, like I mean, like not when he's buying a coffee. Like if he's like talking to people and he's signing autographs, that's different. But if
Yeah.
he's buying, like he's like a easy guy to like. Some of those guys are easy to approach. Some of the guys you mentioned, but then some of those guys, bro, they just think they're more than what the game is, bro. Like, oh, my number is this. This is who I am. I scored this many goals. You cannot be in my space. Get out of here. That's like Mitch Marner, bro. Like, there's a huge difference between Tej Gilla and Mitch Marner, and it's not about the amount of NHL games that Mitch Marner played compared to Tej. It's not about the amount of goals that were scored, but it's just the fact that you could tell who's a human and who has a real good personality versus a shithead of a human being. You know what I mean? And I'm glad, like you said, Jerome took time to groom his son in that way, bro. Because now, like us being black people, like he's under our magnascope more because he's black and we have that in common. You know what I mean? And for him to represent us in this way on in this tournament, for all those boys to represent us as black people in this way in this tournament is amazing to see, bro.
Yeah. No, it is definitely amazing. And again, when this game ends, we'll have our thoughts, of course, on next week's show, and we'll get to that. But in the meantime, we're gonna wrap things up here on third intermission. Next week, we got Julie McKenzie, our boy, popping back on the show to talk Black Aces, Senators, and more. And before we sign off, Jason, Marsha, any last thoughts?
Stay warm. Stay frugal.
Stay warm, she says, bro. Yeah, and I know outside is cold, bro. Down here is cold, bro. Holy smokes. You go outside and you feel the cold in your face right away. Like, yo, you don't want no part of outside. Outside is treacherous, man. Make sure you have on your thermals,
Yeah.
man, underneath your pants. It's cold.
Yo.
I could even go as far as saying don't fall for the propaganda that is U.S. imperialism. But that's another story for another day.
So
Marsha's just firing shots. Pew 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 pew.
Yo, that that's funny. That
Marsha's just
is
firing shots. Marsha's like, New Year, I'm just letting it all out.
Pew 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 pew.
oh, that is jokes. How about you, Jason? Any last thoughts?
Leafs fans, don't worry. We'll probably get a wild card. Yeah, make sure you guys are staying hydrated, drink water. Wish all you guys prosperous 2026, good health, an abundance of wealth, longevity, prosperity, all that good stuff. And yeah, man, see you guys next week for the show.
All right. With that being said, thank you all for letting us create the space in between your head tops. For Marsha, Jason, myself, Avery, we'll talk to y'all again next week. Deuces.